What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Epic Tiki podcast. My name is Luke Soyan, and my friend here today with me is ELLIS RODRIGUEZ.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
I'm sorry for shaving my face. I'm aware.
Yeah, too bad it's a video podcast, huh?
I am aware of what I look like without a beard, and it's not pretty.
It's not that bad. You're over.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know what?
How about
That's the nicest thing anyone said about
subtract that. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not. Isn't that crazy? You take that one word out and it sounds so much better. It's not bad. If you say it's not that bad, it's like ugh.
Yeah, not bad. It does seem better. Yeah.
But
be honest, it's disgusting.
No.
Just a milk dud with teeth. Just a random
Milk dud with teeth.
There's nothing that frames my face, so you know.
That's how I feel if I shave. It's been a while since I've shaved my face, but when I have, I tried to do a joke about it where it was like, it's like seeing an old friend from high school and like, oh, what happened? You got fat.
Yeah.
And I would do the joke and no one laughed. And I was like, man, fuck you guys.
Yeah. I'm actually, I got to get in shape because I'm going to be in a movie.
Yeah.
Playing myself.
That's right.
And the director wants me to get in shape. He's like, yeah, you can't play you. You look fucking gross and flabby.
I've been trying to get in shape.
I got to put on 20 pounds of muscle to play ELLIS RODRIGUEZ.
Well, when you turn and punch people, it has to be convincing.
That's right.
Because if you see the trailer, we're making a movie called Hell Gig.
I saw the video that you guys did with Vin and
the Napa Valley video.
Peanut butter jealous time, bro.
I told you.
All those people. I was working.
I know.
I was working, but with the way you guys were describing, like people laughing at the show. Like watch, like being in a theater with people watching it.
It's not like this, but it's almost like if you got to do your stand up, but also be in the crowd for the reaction. Yeah. It was kind of that's kind of what it felt like. It was cool.
When you guys were describing it, I was like, oh, that feeling of being in the room and everybody's laughing at the work you did.
Yeah, it's great.
But I've never I've shown people the trailer and then they start laughing and you go cool. But I've never been in like a whole room full of people. So we're gonna hopefully get. I don't know. I want to try to enter some more festivals or contests or something because I feel like there's got to be more trailer proof of concept film festivals that will take it and show it. Because it'd be cool to do that again, even if it's like Tennessee and maybe we can't go. Even if it's Tennessee,
that's far. I don't know. I mean, my point is like they don't pay for you to go to these places. You have to like okay. We had to get our own hotels.
But we
and
could
stuff.
book shows out there.
We could
kind of book around it.
Try to talk closer, just like you would on stage.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just so it's not, I'm not super loud.
But we could book around it. Let's just try to book a show. Yeah. Let's make it work.
Well, first we have to get into some. So
yeah,
I'm gonna on Wednesday.
It seems like it should be pretty easy to get in if you look at the quality of the trailer.
Yeah. I've been actually kind of upset lately. Just, you go up and down in your life with the things you make and being upset about it. And I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, not really. I'm always happy with it. No, but just the idea that when I surf YouTube and I see some random video that's trailer for our short film and it has 1 million views and everyone's like, where's the Kickstarter? I want it. And then we have this really cool trailer, I think, that every time we show it to someone, and you said it, you show it to someone on your phone and they laugh, they always laugh at least once in person on your phone. Usually you show someone a video, you're like, no, check this out, it's great. And you show it to them and they're like, oh, cool. Thanks. Great. But we made a thing and we show it to people and they like it.
Yes.
So then why is it on YouTube and it's not getting shown on the algorithm? What is it about the Epic Tiki YouTube channel?
Well, it's because they have huge marketing things, right? They have a bunch of other stuff behind that trying to get the 1 million views. It's not they watched the trailer because the trailer's so good.
So you think they're promoting it on the side or in the background?
Yeah, of course.
Somehow?
They're putting money in the ads. They got people liking and tagging it and sending it out. They're putting in. Yeah, that's how marketing works, right? Even the movies, when they make the movies, we're always like, what was the full budget? Because we never know what the marketing budget was, and they generally say it's the price of the movie.
Right, especially if it's a superhero movie.
Right, so if you made a $150 million movie, you're going to spend $150 million promoting it. Yeah. So I don't know, how much did our company spend to make that trailer? And then how much did they spend?
We spent about $4,000.
And then how much did we spend trying to get people to watch it?
0. Well, then fine. I'll market. I don't know how to market it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet with Joe and Britt tomorrow.
If you stop changing
Wednesday.
the fucking name of the movie, I could just get it tattooed on my back.
Yeah, so that your boyfriend could see it.
Yeah. Just running through the neighborhood with Hell Gig tramp stamped on my lower back. Hell Gig would be a cool tramp stamp for you because it's, hey, make that guy think twice.
this it's a hell gig to fuck you.
It ain't gonna be easy, I tell you that. No one's
It's like
gonna
your
have fun.
joke. You'll see.
You'll see.
That's fun. No, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna try to meet up with Joe and Britt on Wednesday and try to submit the trailer.
Joe and Britt.
Yeah, we're trying to do more submission talk and figure out what else we can do.
Okay.
And then we have
at
to
least you
follow
got a
up.
couple leads.
Yeah, we also have to follow up with Judy
Right.
and our friend Gardner, who we met at the festival.
Check.
Who I met at the urinal. No, I met him before that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the part that seems like a nightmare, though.
Just talking to people at the thing.
Talking to somebody when my dick is in my hand, like that would...
Just partitions, you know.
Yeah. Even
He
with
was
the
a urinal
partitions,
apart from
I think
me.
that's a rule. I think if your penis is in your hand,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be talking to other people about other things.
I was okay with it because I was like, oh, these content blocks are so long, huh? And he goes, your trailer was amazing. And I was like, go on.
Oh, okay.
And then I
So you were
already
cool
had
with
my
it
dick in
because
my
he had
hand.
intense
Yeah.
eye contact?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I already had my dick in my hand, so I could just be like, yeah,
Yeah.
go on. Keep talking, mister.
You don't say.
I never thought that a bathroom rendezvous was how good it could be. It's always like a fantasy for some people.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
Yeah. We didn't even need a glory hole. All right, this is weird. Sorry, Gardner.
It seems like it goes that way a lot with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of our conversations end up in some weird glory hole conversations. You're fascinated with dicks going through holes, bro.
Yeah. I forgot about on my show.
Yeah,
I said something about
that's always at the top of
glory
your
holes
mind. You're
in
like,
my fence.
oh.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thanks for editing that too. That looked really good.
Thank
Did it
you.
get 1 million views?
No.
Fuck.
How many did it get?
What are we doing? We're just doing a kick-ass fucking show. Rib City.
It did okay. What did it get?
You know,
1.2 thousand, 29 likes.
1.2 thousand.
That's not good. I mean, it sounds good, but it's not because people have millions.
Well, this video right here is going to get
Yes.
twice that at least, 2.4 thousand.
Yes.
If we can just get some of you guys to just like and subscribe.
Yeah, man, we're trying to make a movie and we need
forward
help.
it on. This is what's happening is you guys are all driving by this video and you're like, oh, somebody else is going to take care of it. Somebody else is going to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
No, you. All right? Be the Samaritan. Pull over. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow your boy Ellis on
We
all
just need
social
$5 for gas money to get home. My
For
family's
less
right there in the car. I'm not
medias
making
than
this
the
up.
price of a gallon of gas a
Yeah.
day.
This isn't a grift.
You can fund my drug addicted lifestyle. No, I was kidding.
Look, we have a glory hole. You just put your money in it, and
I mean, after, right?
after, yeah,
After. I mean,
services must be rendered
Yeah.
before payment is processed.
so we're starting the new conversation right where we left the last one.
No, but the movie, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's still just like, and people. The frustrating thing for me is like, it's like that thing where we showed everyone the trailer, and maybe we shouldn't have, but it's like, I don't know, we've got to get it out there, and then you show it to people, and then you see them. Say you like see an uncle or a friend or an aunt or someone, and they're like 6 months later, like, so what's going on with the movie? And you're like, the same as last time, and I hate
Right.
that conversation, but it's like that's just what it is.
Yeah, everybody keeps asking me, but this is
We're trying to do it for
even
real.
on independent stuff. Like
Well-
it takes years to make a movie. That's why, like, when people are like shitting on other people's movies, like, your movie fucking sucks, and like maybe it did, but like the number of things that have to come together for the movie to even exist, it's like I try to have a little bit more empathy for people who make
Yeah.
shitty movies, because like
Yeah.
it's really hard to make a movie.
And you think
takes
about
years.
it, say you have a great idea and a
Mm-hmm.
great script, and it's actually fresh and interesting, and it would come out great if you could do whatever you wanted. But then you get money from some asshole who also wants to be in your movie, or has like, I have an idea, and then they want to like graft their shit onto yours, then now your movie is stupid. And I wonder, there's this guy that makes...
now your movie's stupid.
There's this guy that makes local films, I won't say who, and his movies are funded by kind of the same person a lot, and they turn out not great. And I wonder if it's because of that. Like maybe he actually could make a good movie, but this guy ruins them all the time. And then it's like, well, what are you going to do?
Well, then there you go too, funding. I mean, if someone's funding the movie, you got to do what they say.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm hoping like that what we're making is cool and people just want to see it. So,
well, it is cool. I just want to make it already.
Everyone's like, whenever I tell them the story, they're kind of like, I'm like, yeah, 2 comedians and they're trying to audition for this festival, and then a succubus. When I say that part, they're like, oh, that sounds fun. Like their eyes light up and they go, that sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah.
So there's something even just in that feels like it's something. So. What if this whole episode is just us like, come on, please, money, please. Come on.
For less than the price of a lollipop a day.
For less than the price of raising a child to 18 years old. That's the movie, $1.5 million.
Maybe if you 12 years old, kick them out. That last 6 years, give us that money.
Yeah, don't have
so
a
we
kid.
Can make our movie.
Just all the money you would spend on raising a child, give it to us.
Do you want some fucking 18-year-old kid in your house, or do you want to watch a movie about 2 comics and a succubus?
Yeah, think about this. If this movie comes out and you have a kid, then you're going to be taking care of that kid. You won't be able to watch this movie. If you don't have the kid, you could help make the movie and then watch it in peace and silence.
Or just don't even have a kid. Save all that money. Just give it to us. It's a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
And your kid can't watch the movie because it's rated R movie anyway.
Right.
Right?
And you'll have money left over to go on vacation to the...
And you got to feed them, and you got to love them, and you got to talk to them every fucking day. Or you can just watch this movie whenever you want. You just
makes me want to throw up thinking about that stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your name will be in the credits. And everybody watches the credits.
Because they want to see the post-credit scene.
Everybody watches credits. They're like, oh my God, look at you.
I see where you were going. They don't watch it, but they do.
They do.
So actually, he's not lying.
Do we have a post-credit scene?
Yeah.
That's right. We do have a post-credit scene.
But you can't know
I'm
until
not
we
in
see
it.
the movie. Yeah,
so
you
I
are.
don't give a fuck.
You are.
Oh, I am in it.
Remember?
Am I?
You don't have to be there, but you are.
Or am I?
The character doesn't have to be there, but you are there.
No, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that so that they're not expecting me. And then they're like, oh, he was.
Oh, okay.
And then they lie later. They're like, oh, God, he lied. Ellis lied. He was in the post-credit scene.
You know what?
Spoiler alert.
The nice thing is nobody watches this podcast, so...
That's not true.
They won't know anyways.
That's not true because the people of this podcast, as we speak, they are liking and subscribing and commenting. They're talking about all the awesomeness, and they're Venmoing us money
Cha-ching.
to make the movie. Or just for me, for funsies, for hookers. In Chicago next week.
That is what he might use his salary
Hookers
for the movie
are not
on.
cheap in Chicago.
When he gets paid to be in the movie, maybe that's where the money goes ultimately.
Maybe it doesn't. No one knows.
Nobody knows. Maybe it's just scratchers and beers.
Except some ladies of the night in the Midwest. There's nothing to do in Chicago. I don't know.
Really? Chicago? There's nothing to do? That's
when I'm there.
One of the biggest cities in the world.
But I don't know anybody there.
Yeah, but there's world-class restaurants and there's lakes that you can go to.
And hookers. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't really hooking up with hookers in Chicago.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't gone on a gig with him there to see. But anyways. Yeah, the movie, I don't know. Anyways, so we were talking about this before. We're going to go see Mission Impossible 8 after this.
Oh my God.
So you won't hear what we think about it, but maybe we'll do another episode later about it. But because I don't know. I kind of don't care if I have this same person on a few times in a row or like 2 episodes later. Like, who cares? But I read a thing that Tom Cruise said he wants to make movies past his 100th birthday, which includes continuing to star in action films. So I just want to know what movie he's going to make when he's 100 that he is going to be the star of the movie.
They'll restart Taken.
Yeah.
They'll restart that franchise.
And they'll do even more cuts to jump over a fence.
But see, he wants to be making movies when he's 100.
Yeah.
And specifically action movies.
That sounds doable. 100? He's taking care of himself.
No. How old is he?
He's like 60.
He can't. Tom Cruise is not going to make an action movie 40 years from now.
Yeah, but Harrison Ford did it, and he's 80.
Okay. And you see how rough and rugged that was. You see how hard to do that was. I don't know.
Did he take care of himself as well as Tom? Tom Cruise has got to be sleeping in one of those chambers that LeBron does.
Okay, yeah.
And I think he's got...
And he uses like infant juice to keep his face moist, and that's all good.
Yeah.
But 100?
He's 62.
So, dude, there's no way 38 years from now Tom Cruise is going to be...
That's as old as I am now. I have to be double my age.
Animated movie.
I have to be double my age to see this movie.
Yeah, he could be.
I could die before this happens.
He could be in like a digi-double.
Yeah.
Movie
or just an AI film.
But they're not going to throw Tom Cruise out of a plane when he's 101 years old.
He's going to try though.
Okay, well he's going to die trying because nobody makes movies when they're 100.
I bet Ian McKellen will. He's almost 100, right?
I don't know. How old is Ian McKellen?
How old is Ian McKellen? He's trying to be Gandalf again, I think. I want to say they're making some weird Gollum movie.
How old is he?
Ian McKellen is... Why do I have to... Oh, I didn't click on movies. Damn it. I'm having trouble here. 86.
Damn. All right. But you know what, though?
He's getting frail.
I'm saying it. Tom Cruise is not going to do it. And Tom Cruise needs that. He needs those people to hate on him and to keep him motivated. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying it. In 38 years, we'll do a review of this podcast, right? And we'll say whether or not we were wrong. We probably won't be.
And you'll never shave again, so you'll have a beard that goes down to the floor.
I'll never. That's right.
And you'll be a wizard.
That's right. Are you looking forward to this one, though? Because I thought the last one was dope.
Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just watched it again. I like it better because it was a little like, what is going on? The entity, what? And then there was a whole explainer scene at the end where Carrie Elways like explains what it was. Like, spoilers. He's a bad guy, kind of. Then he just dies right away. But he explains like, oh, we made the thing, and then it got out, and then it got trapped in a Russian submarine.
Because it didn't do really that well in the theaters, and it didn't. But nobody said it was shit. But it just kind of went, like seemed like nobody cared. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the big stunt on this one?
There's a thing on a biplane where he's like jumping from plane to plane or something like that.
That's right.
But there's probably a few because there's also.
That's right.
I think there's something where he's underwater for way too long. You know, which he likes to do.
When you watch movies like that, do you hold your breath? I've tried, but I never. I try.
I can never do it.
I normally can. They're not as nearly as long as you think they are. If you take a deep breath.
Okay.
I always do that. If somebody's anything, are we doing it right now?
I don't know. There's no scene we're watching, so it doesn't really make sense to do.
We could just have a contest. But then how do we know the other person's not
listen
cheating?
To.
Yeah. That would be good. That'd be a great podcast. Every podcast you start, everybody holds their breath, and then you call the police.
Why do you call the police?
When they pass out and stuff.
Oh.
From holding their breath.
Wouldn't you call an ambulance?
Mm.
The police would probably just make you have less air.
But yeah, you're right.
Too soon. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I misspoke. I don't feel like I'm getting enough carbs in my diet lately.
You don't?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because nobody likes and subscribes to my videos.
Oh, you can only afford proteins and fats. That sounds healthy,
a lot of
actually.
vegetables, yeah.
I can only afford a keto diet.
I can only afford keto diet. Just meat.
I feel like, actually, it would be the other way around. If you didn't have a lot of money for food, you would just only have carbs. Be like bread, rice.
I actually don't eat a shit ton of carbs these days.
That's
I don't even
good.
like sweets anymore.
That's good. Probably.
I used to love cake and pie and like all that stuff. I still kind of do, but not, I don't know. I think I've given up carbs in general.
What do you think happened?
Not as a record label and a crew. Like I still respect them, but just like, I don't know. I don't get the hankering.
Do you think it's like that thing where every 7 years your body's like a new body? Have you ever heard that? Like all your cells are different.
I have heard that. Most of your cells, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Was it the ship of Odysseus or whatever?
Oh, yeah, where you replace every board in it. Is it the same ship?
Is it the same ship? Are you the same person? Oh. I don't know. I just don't like them anymore. I think I try to eat steak and eggs every morning for breakfast. That's like my favorite breakfast. And if I'm not doing that, I just drink coffee like a man. Not like a man. I put hella milk and sugar in it I put so much sugar in milk. I'm like,
You have like a Torani syrup.
yeah,
Like,
I do. I do.
It's macadamia nut.
It's good. I don't
want
do
a macadamia
macadamia
nut.
though. Jesus.
That's a good flavor though.
I'm a grown ass man. The movie that I am losing my mind about is Superman.
Yeah, it looks better and better every time I see a trailer. I'm not trying to watch too many, but I also feel like they're not spoiling it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know the plot. I just know there's like scenes I've seen, but I don't feel like I know what order. I know they're mad at him for some reason, and I know that Guy Gardner is an asshole and Lex Luthor's in it.
Oh yeah, the public's turning against him or something.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of this new DC universe or whatever. That's big.
Creature Commandos is.
Okay. Okay.
Did you guys all watch that?
I did. It was really good.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit like it was the first time I saw a James Gunn thing where I was like, okay, they're going to give the backstory to the thing that's all fucked up. But it's like, it's still good. It's compelling. It's just, I think we've just seen him do it a lot, but he's good at it.
I don't know what he's going to do. Like, he always does these ensemble things, and it looks like Superman even turned into a kind of an ensemble movie.
I like that he kind of picked random superheroes to be in it. It feels very comic booky in that way, where you just read an issue and it's
you got
like
T-Man and his T-balls coming through.
T-Man and his T-balls.
I do not understand T-Man and his T-balls.
Mr. Terrific. I didn't know he existed until he was in The Flash.
He's just trash.
He has a cool design, his costume.
No, he doesn't. Everything about him, his stupid leather jacket and his fucking T-balls.
Do you think that his main villain is AIDS? Because he's a T-cell. He's like...
He fights it whenever he sees it. That's fucked up.
They showed us a video in like Family Health or whatever, and there was like this is how the AIDS virus works, and there's like a fence on a house and like somebody at a gate that's like a T cell.
Yeah,
and then it's like and then once you get AIDS, the T cell's gone and the viruses just walk in, and all these little viruses and suits go in. They're like wearing virus costumes and they all go on the fence in the yard.
What is a virus costume?
I don't remember. I was like 8 years old when they showed us this thing.
Oh my god, what were you watching when you were 8? You're watching AIDS videos?
9. I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
They showed it at school.
They're teaching you what AIDS was like?
It was pretty scary. I was like, I'm never having unprotected sex in my life.
I think like back to Superman.
Even with a girl.
The Superman movie as like the first movie that they're gonna make for all the rest of those movies.
Yeah.
That's huge. And they went corny as fuck. You got Crypto the Superdog. That's corny.
But
that's corny and
stupid. He's going to make it work, though.
And he made it work, at least in the trailer.
Yeah.
Which means that...
It made me tear up. I'm
maybe
like, I have a dog.
Oh, I love... Dude, yes. And then you're going to have Robin in the Batman movie, like, which is lame.
Finally.
Which is lame, but I bet he's going to make it work.
Even if he's not directing it, because he's overseeing it.
Yeah.
And I hope that he learned from Marvel, where he's not going to do too many projects, like Kevin Feige, I don't think it was Kevin Feige's fault. I think it was like... Bob Chapek, or one of the Bobs, Iger or Chapek.
Yeah, the scuttlebutt.
I think that they were like, we're going to need everything for the investors to know we have content. And it's like, content's not good if you don't make it good, so you don't want too much.
Get good, noob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Content is like Elden Ring. Like, you get good or you can't beat it.
Yeah, I think they have a lot less, or James Gunn's got a lot less bullshit that he's got to do right. Like, they're not gonna ask him to populate an entire streaming service with shows from the DCU.
Yeah,
so
they might, because HBO Max
they're in their phase 1 now.
Yeah,
of the DC universe, and I'm like him directing a Superman movie and being like a happy, cool Superman.
Yeah,
where he's like actually happy and trying to save people. Like
he has problems and issues, but he's not like brooding like Batman. It's like it's not who the character is.
Yeah, they got him in the trunks. Mm-hmm. Which is lame, and it works. Like, and it was like, I'm very excited that all the stuff that, like, as a comic book fan, where you're like, yeah, he's got a super dog, bro. Like, you just let it be because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now like they're showing you it can be fucking awesome in live action, you know. So
it's like. They did MODOK in the Marvel universe, and if James Gunn had done it, it would have been great.
Yeah.
But in that, it was like this joke kind of like, what happened to that one villain from the other 2 Ant-Man movies?
Right.
He turned into MODOK because he got sucked down into the thing and his head got big or whatever the fuck.
What if that guy showed up to date your daughter? What if MODOK showed up and was like, hey.
Wait, is this a thing you said before?
I hope so.
Maybe I'm having deja vu. Nope, that was deja vu.
Oh, okay. It happens.
You started saying that, and I was like, wait, I've heard this before. But not like I heard it like you'd made... Like, you told me this before.
Oh, I've told you before? Specifically, MODOK would date your daughter?
It lasted for like 2... I think this is the first time. But for 2 seconds, I felt like I've been here in this conversation.
Well, I do talk about MODOK a lot.
Yeah. He's in your top 5 huge...
I'm constantly bringing up MODOK.
Your top 5 huge-headed supervillains with tiny legs.
Yeah. I do think it's good if DC makes good movies, too.
Yeah.
Because Sony just refuses to make good movies.
Yeah.
So if you got Marvel and DC making quality stuff, that's just better for...
Sony can do it if Marvel makes it for them. Like Spider-Man.
If that. They fought him the whole way.
But I think most of the Spider-Man movies are pretty good. The second one is okay. The third one was like, there's cool stuff about it, but some of it's not great. But overall, it was really cool.
Yeah, the MCU Sony Spider-Man movies.
But
I thought they were all great.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about like Craven and Madam Web.
The rest of that.
I didn't even watch.
And the worst part is like
I haven't seen any of those. I saw the first.
I wanted to hate watch them. I'd be like, oh, this would be so fun. I'll like watch it and then talk about how bad it was.
We should do that.
But they're not that bad, and they're that bad at the same time. They're not like, oh, look how dumb that is. It's just like, fuck, are you like...
Is it like, it's like 90s superhero movies where you're like, you did it, but what is...
Craven gets his powers because some lion blood goes into one of his wounds. So then he has Craven powers. And like from the comic books.
How does he... He doesn't have powers in the comic
No, he doesn't.
He's just a hunter.
Yeah. But in this movie, he has eagle vision because he got lion blood in him.
Do you think that sounds like who's thoughts that are trying to come out?
He has eagle vision because a lion bled into him.
Do you think that there's at some point they wrote a good script and then an executive was like, but he doesn't have superpowers, and then the writers were like, sure, the lion will bleed. I don't know. Like
there is no explanation for this movie.
Because he's like Batman. It's like he just has lots of money and he gets good at what he does.
Yeah,
right?
see, Madam Web,
Craven,
I heard there was a good story.
Oh, yeah.
And then the studio said you couldn't use Spider-Man, then the whole thing turned into...
Oh, because it was going to have Tom Holland in it? Or they wanted to?
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could have been good. But this Craven thing, it's not even that bad. That's the worst part. It's not like...
Yeah.
It looked Catwoman.
The trailer made me go, I want to see that, and I still haven't. But
then there's it's not. It's like when they suck super bad, then you can like enjoy shitting on them.
Yeah.
But this movie, like, they're just good enough to give you like. You haven't seen Morbius?
No.
Oh God.
I was just gonna say this though as we started talking about this. We should do like a series of podcast episodes that are reviews, and we just go watch each one of these in a row. And then we do a review of it. That'd be kind of fun.
Like the Venom movies.
The first one's
trash.
not bad.
I liked them though.
Yeah,
I did
it's like it's entertaining and it looks good. Venom. It's shot well. The CGI is good.
I liked him.
I haven't seen the other two. I haven't seen the Carnage one or the final one, Last Dance or whatever.
But they do that '90s action superhero just to a T, and then it's like whatever. But like their take, like in the comic books, he is kind of goofy. Venom is kind of a goofy character. They leaned into it. The special effects are always cool.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, they're not. I will never rewatch Madam Web.
It looks.
I'm never going to watch Craven again.
It looks like, remember there was like a Cloak and Dagger TV show?
Yeah.
It looks like that. That's what Madam Web reminds me of.
I don't think I ever watched it.
I didn't either.
What was it on?
It was on like whatever ABC Family used to be.
Oh, or became, that's right.
Wasn't it? It was like Freeform.
Oh, dude.
Is that what it's called?
I did see that. We were hard up for content back then.
That was when it was still possible to watch everything.
Right.
I used to be like, because at that time, I think I was still watching like every Flash episode, every Arrow, every Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You remember watching The Flash, bro?
I got it was like around season 5 or 6 of that.
None of those episodes made any sense.
No.
I loved them all.
It was fun though, yeah, because it was like they had just good enough CGI that they could do King Shark, and you're like, okay, fine. You know, like, go ahead, CW, do a King Shark.
It was kind of goofy still.
Yeah.
But every episode was like...
They did Gorilla Grodd on that show.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this thing happened, but I'm not going to tell the team.
Yeah.
And then it balloons out of control, and they're like, hey, we should talk about this. Then the next episode, he just lies to his girlfriend. Well, I can't tell her. Well, why? And then it turns into a big thing, like every fucking episode.
That was Arrow to a T.
Oh,
like,
my
it was always,
God.
And it'd be like, he would be totally like, the love of my life is this woman. And then for the next season, they would just have a dumb fight and break up forever so that he could go find a new girl. Because the show, it's like they have this mandate.
You failed this city.
Yeah. Like every season, he has to be at the bottom somehow. Yeah. And that starts to wear on you. You watch it a couple seasons and you're like, so that like they don't trust him like every time.
Every time. Same people.
He blows it up with his girlfriend because of some dumb reason. Yeah. Like some villain forces him to lie and then she thinks he's lying and then he can't fix it and she doesn't understand that it was like not his fault.
Right.
And then now he has to be in love with this other woman so that you have like a will they won't they.
But see, the Flash is just like, you run into the Flash problem where it's like, he can do whatever needs to be done right now before you can think about what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
There is no, unless...
It's like Superman's too strong, so you have to find something, yeah.
So then, unless it's one of the other speedsters, but like everybody else, like, oh, you have a freeze gun? That's cool, but I'll be behind you and knocked you out and taking your freeze gun and your wallet before...
And your wallet. I like the idea that Barry Allen's like, I just collect cash.
I would take
criminals.
Cash. Yeah. I would take it. No one's paying him to do it.
All you have to do is stand over the body and hold X until the little circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So it's like, I loved watching just like them trying to figure out some stupid way to make this even remotely hard for Barry. And then the special effects was just like a red blur thing. It was like, how hard is that? Right, but whenever they showed him in the close-ups, he'd still be doing this, which is just.
But he looks so much better than the one they had in the Justice League movie.
Yeah, I think that was the point, though, right?
But the point wasn't to make it worse. It looked worse.
Well, the point. It was like
it was different.
His speed is not coming from his excellent,
But they made him look like retarded.
He
was like.
I am not coming after Snyder and his fucking
I'm okay with
his bots. Okay, everything Snyder does is great. If you like Snyder, you should like and subscribe.
Come at me, bro.
Come at him
because I want engagement.
Everything Snyder did, fucking every version of everything he did. Oh, that Star Wars ripoff movie that he made. Did you see the extended cuts?
I've only seen the first one and I didn't see the extended one. I want to watch it because I'm like...
More slow motion.
Yeah. I couldn't believe how bad the original Rebel Moon, like the first one is. It's so bad.
So bad.
There's literally... It gets worse. He literally steals the entire hippogriff scene from Prisoner of Azkaban.
It's all stolen.
But that scene is... Like just... It's crazy how much it's like... I mean, I haven't like sat and watched both scenes to be like, it's that shot and then this.
Yeah.
But it's the idea that like there's a guy and he has to bow, like even bows to it the same way that Harry Potter has to get Buckbeak to be his friend. The guy does the same shit.
Yeah.
But he's Tarzan for some reason.
And there's lightsabers, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's
an evil empire
version of lightsabers
that are kind of Nazis, but they look more like Nazis.
But it's like this guy did The Watchmen. Amazing. This guy did 300.
That's his best movie.
Fucking amazing. Like, he's got a style. It's just that he can't tell
stories.
A story.
He's
shit.
If there was some way that we could get like a writer, like a good like Alex Garland to write it, and then let Zack Snyder direct it with Alex Garland over his shoulder, like no, that's too long. Slow that, make that faster. Don't do that. That would be cool. I would watch that. But he also, his style's kind of gotten more muted lately.
I think he just gets the YouTube slow-mo guys to DP all of his films. And
all the YouTube guys who go, slow-mo is cinematic. And that's the only thing that cinematic means is it's slower. I hate those videos.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, they gave him all that money and then that's what you did, bro. That's knuckin' futz. That's crazy that you made that.
I just don't know how he gets away with it, and everyone's like, yeah, he's a visionary. he's even his
because I
fans.
think he has his fans now. Now he has
but his fans all have seen
fervor.
everything he's made, and they don't go, "Oh, he's copying and pasting."
They're on his nuts, man.
It's so weird.
Like once certain people are like meat riding for you, like that's for life. Like there's Kanye fans. There's still Kanye fans exist.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it. He's not a Nazi. I mean, you don't get it. They just start not being able to explain it.
Did you hear the Nazi song though? It does kind of slap.
That's another one I can't keep up with. I never was a fan for some reason. Like I just never liked him. And then now I'm like, I don't even know where to start to understand what's happening. I just Google sometimes like pictures of him and his girlfriend, whoever it is.
Right.
And I'm like, Saran Wrap, that's pretty cool.
I don't think, I think they broke up.
Yeah.
I don't have I don't try to keep up with like pop culture or like all these celebrities and stuff.
Yeah.
But Kanye he just does wild shit.
Have you been a fan of his music? Like
Did you not like his early albums?
I think he did.
808s?
He did all this stuff that annoyed me, so I never listened to it.
This is the problem. His early music and a lot of the stuff that he produced for other people that you don't even know Kanye did, like he was heralded as a musical genius.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to argue that he's not.
Sure.
So since he's a musical genius, he just thought,
Bill
well, that
Cosby's
means
a comedic genius.
Right?
Objectively, he's one of the funniest people, but...
So then you go, okay, that doesn't mean you're a genius at everything. And I think he started like, well, I'll do a clothing line and I'm into fashion. And then he sold a bunch of fucking clothes. Yeah. Like stupid things that I don't know if he quote unquote designed. But now he's like, no, I'm a designer genius. And now he was going to be president.
Yeah.
Remember? He like ran for president.
And then he settled for, I'm God.
Yeah. Right. So then he became a billionaire. Then he became a Nazi.
Where do you go after billionaire?
And released a song about sucking his cousin's dick.
That's what I
Did you hear about that song?
I heard about that, yeah. I didn't listen to it. I don't know.
It's called Gulp Gulp, I believe.
It's not called Glory Hole?
It's called... And we're back to the glory hole. Yeah, so I don't know.
That's a callback. That's what that is.
Actually, I was listening to one of Kanye's albums recently, too, and that song, Family Business, and it's like, he's talking to his cousin who just got locked away, and he was like, and we know you didn't do it, but if you did, then that's family business. I think he's talking about his cousin that he should suck off.
Is that an older song?
Yeah, it's like one of his first albums.
Wow.
Yeah. But so it's like a guy like that, it's like, he's just trolling, dude. Yeah. You know, for a lot of this stuff. But it's like, you went too far. You do you do weird stuff with your girl and put her out naked, and it's like, you're weird. Yeah. But like, you're interrupting stuff, people when they're getting their awards. You're just being a fucking asshole.
That's the stuff that
started a church, and then you became a Nazi. He started a school. Yeah. And then later became a Nazi and wore like black KKK. Like, we're done here. Like, even if that song about you sucking dick like was like a certified slapper, like no one's doing it anymore. Like no one's like, I can't imagine. He's one of these people you can't get unfamous too. Yeah. You can't like forget who Kanye West is. So for the rest of his life, we're gonna be like, you were a billionaire married to Kim Kardashian, and now you are a Nazi.
It's almost like if you were famous, like say Scarlett Johansson just decided to do OnlyFans for 3 years, and then she stopped, and she's trying to come back, and you're like, no, you did OnlyFans. Like, we've seen everything, you know. We saw you licking an asshole. Like, what do you?
I'm back, you guys. No $1 billion.
I'm the Black Widow again. I'm back.
No, you're not. Yeah, that's pretty dead on, bro. Yeah, I
had my coffee today,
and so I also like. I mean, he's obviously mentally disturbed. Yeah. So what are we laughing at? You know what I mean? Like when we point and laugh at Kanye, like.
Are you trying to say we're not allowed to laugh at him?
No, I'm laughing at him all the time. But but at the same time, like,
he needs help. And
he needs help.
But he's too, like, this is the problem with being a famous billionaire is it's like Britney Spears, like at some point you could be like, no. and then nobody can make you
but if
take
we
your meds or
we
whatever.
locked up Britney,
yeah,
somebody can lock up Kanye. The shit, you know what I mean? The shit that Britney was doing.
Yeah.
Maybe for a couple years she needed to settle down.
Yeah.
And she needed to get grounded, and somebody else needed to handle her life. Maybe
she wanted to be a Nazi, but we didn't see it because she was in her mansion and they didn't cut it out.
Kanye is past the point.
Yeah.
Where he needs a parental, not a parental. What do they call him? A guardian. He needs a guardian. There's a couple of people that need guardians. Kanye's one of those people. You know.
And who is up to the task?
Carrot Top. Underrated.
He's
Underrated.
Yoked. He's yoked. He
incredibly powerful.
Very
incredibly
smart.
great. Very smart guy.
Every time I see Carrot Top will show up on a podcast sometimes, and he'll remind you that like people like to make fun of him for being a prop comic, and he's in Vegas but he's like a cool dude. He just looks weird. But
he looks very weird.
But he's like
he's
totally
a cool
down
guy
to earth.
who's down with works out and does all the stuff that you also probably think are cool.
Yeah.
And also like
he's not actually that weird.
And makes a shit ton of money doing what he fucking loves to do.
Yeah.
And everybody goes in with low expectations thinking, oh, it's fucking Carrot Top. And then it's a fucking amazing show. And he used to be a punchline. You'd be like, oh, Carrot Top. So now he's my punchline for like who's up to the task, like who should be president. Like I'm fucking pro Carrot Top, bro.
I would 100% vote for Carrot
Top
for
for guardian of Kanye and president. You know, just get 2 redheads in a row.
Wait, is Trump a redhead?
Yeah.
He's not blonde?
No.
Strawberry blonde?
Yeah, maybe he's blonde.
It's like a transitionary president. You get the blonde, red.
Yeah, maybe he's not a redhead. I don't know. His face is orange.
That's the thing.
He just kind of blends.
His skin is ginger, but not in the traditional white
ginger.
freckle sense.
We're using that word.
You can't.
With the hard R, dude. That was crazy.
I'm white. I can say it.
That's
It's okay.
That's right.
You have to say ginger. I can say ginger.
Yeah.
It's all good.
My ginger was good. Yeah, there's a couple of these celebrities need guardians.
Yeah.
You know? Like Puff Daddy.
Oh, he's beyond
a little
that.
too late.
He's gonna have a lot of guardians.
But maybe 20 years maybe 20 years ago somebody should have sat him down and been like, you're grounded now. Like you don't get to make choices no more.
Did you see that video of him where he was like the Joker on the street?
I
Someone was
did.
messing with him, and then they were talking about it on like Two Bears One Cave, and they were saying how that guy's scared. I would not fuck with Pete.
Oh yeah.
And he seems scared.
He was like, you trying to fuck with me on Halloween? Like it was a special day or something.
Yeah. You know what Halloween means to me.
You know what Halloween means to me? Yeah. He is disturbed and been disturbed.
I get to be my real self, the Joker. Like,
I mean, how many people get to be at that level though and aren't though? So I think there's like a lot of people get to be at that level and then don't become fucking crazy rapists, women beaters.
Steve Aoki.
You know,
he seems to be at the level, like a huge level, but he seems like every time I hear him on a pod, I'm like, that guy seems cool. I'd hang out with him.
I just think a lot of people,
he just throws cakes at people. That's all he does.
Is it cake? Yeah. Some of these people, I feel bad for him though, because they're just like, it's inevitable you're going to get weird.
Cell phones at someone. Right. That one's not cake.
It's inevitable you're going to get weird.
Yeah.
You should be weird.
But not like that weird.
Not like
not I'm a
evil.
Cake. Not I'm a Nazi weird.
Yeah, not I'm a Nazi. Not tossing cake at people. I don't know.
You know what though? You know,
actually, cake. Like somebody just hit you with some cake.
I just figured it out.
Okay.
This is how we saved Kanye's career. Hold on.
Wow.
Just listen. So Kung Fury 2, recently we saw a reel, it was on the internet, of the whole, like 10 minutes of the movie. It looks brilliant. We get Kanye to pay off this Chinese company that's holding it in development hell. We put him into the movie and we make him play Black Hitler.
Ooh.
And then we give him a redemption arc.
Oh, and then he says...
Jorma Tacome...
And then he comes out the whole time and he says that he was method acting
for Kung Fury 2, which is about the same amount of time.
He's like, y'all thought I was really a Nazi, man. You know, I was just out here preparing for the role.
Me and my friend David Sandberg, or whatever that guy's name is. I love Kung Fury 1.
I thought you were full of shit. You're actually pitching real public relations answers.
This solves multiple problems. We get Kung Fury 2, we fix Kanye's career, and That's it. Those are the two things, but those are the two great things.
Yeah, and it's a blow to Nazism everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that Kung Fury 2 reel?
I did.
It made me so mad that the movie's not out. It made me laugh like 100 times. I can't, like, it looked phenomenal too. Like the original Kung Fury looks great, but you could tell like, oh, they filmed it with HD cameras or, like, they did it themselves. This one's like, what if you gave them everything and then they knew exactly what to do with it because they already were so
It does
scrappy.
look really good.
And then Michael Fassbender, the performance
their
he was
trailer
delivering,
got more views than ours did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where you look at, you're like, if they can't get their movie out.
Yeah, but they have a Chinese company holding it hostage.
I know.
It's a different.
I know, because there's always a thing. It's just hard.
You're right.
It's hard. It's always, there's always a thing. There's always a guy.
It's always something
trying to stop your movie from getting out, and you just gotta fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would save Kanye though.
Yeah.
He'd have to write a new song, like for the movie, and be like, I didn't really suck a dick. Something.
Hacker man is coming for you. something, Triceracop. I don't know.
Triceracop?
Triceracop?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Triceracop. He's just British for no reason.
Yeah.
I love, too, when they credit him in the
bars.
trailer, or like in the first one, it's like Triceracop starring as Triceracop.
Right.
Like, he doesn't. Do you want to write some jokes?
I do want to write some jokes.
We have some time.
Oh, yeah, we do jokes at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go first if you know your joke.
Okay, this is the joke I've been goofing around with on stage, but I want to make like a whole chunk. But like,
yeah,
I went to church with my family or whatever.
Gay.
And yeah,
just
exactly. And I haven't been in forever.
Yeah.
And like, the pastor was like giving his little spiel or whatever, and no one was laughing, and I just like, this guy's bombing. This guy is fucking eating a dick. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And so now I'm like hitting my cousin on the ground, I'm like, this dude is bombing. And then I was like, I think that's like the funniest thing of like, I do kind of feel that anytime I see anybody publicly speak, if they're not constantly getting laughs. And the worst thing is, they do get a laugh once in a while. They'll throw in a joke, but it's not a joke. It's just like, hey, to kind of break the monotony,
the tension of their
fucking TED Talk or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it would be funny if I was like, oh, I would be better at all of those public speaking things because I'd be funny. And then I would like, I do a sermon, I do a motivational speech, and then you do the motivational, just do it or whatever the fuck. But then you like write a bunch of jokes.
Confess your sins.
Exactly.
I want to do a sketch now where you're sitting in the pews and you're watching the priest, and then you imagine yourself up there and you're killing and
just murdering.
Like Joe Coy in his movie, he goes up there and does he does stand up at his church. Did you see that movie?
No.
It was Easter Sunday.
Mm-mm.
It was cool.
I do think it would be like, I do think that if I was a pastor, I'd be hilarious. Like,
yeah,
I would just constantly, and you can't use your same set every Sunday. You got to have new fuego. You know what I'm saying? So that's the joke I'm working on. I'm thinking about a motivational speak, because I don't know like what other public speakers too within you, because I do all those jokes about being light skinned and the light skinned will rise, hallelujah. So I'd be like, I could do basically that. And then write it up and bolster it some more.
Yeah.
And I could do a motivational speech. I just don't know what I'd kind of get people motivated about.
Well, there's like those business guys, the sort of Gary V's and the copycats.
Yeah.
There's like that whole thing. Or there's like the bros, like the Instagram bros who are
right.
like, I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning and I eat chia seeds for lunch. Or, I eat chia seeds for breakfast. I take a cold shower.
Or just like on Independence Day. Right, the president's up there, and you're like, "This guy's fucking bombing." Dude.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, famous movie speeches.
Yeah, famous movie speeches, like coaches before the game and shit.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know.
Now it's a Key and Peele sketch. It's just cutting to the same guy in the audience, just being like, Like, damn, he's bombing again.
And then he has to go up, and he just goes, "I got this, coach."
Yeah. Or he's on StubHub leaving reviews like, "This isn't a funny show."
That's why I think it could be a chunk.
Yeah,
I think he could do
multiple.
like a public speaking thing and a church thing and a whatever.
Yeah,
and then it get a big huge laugh, and then just call back to it later.
Yeah,
and just be like, "Oh, you know."
Yeah,
because like every time I see people like performing a wedding ceremony.
Oh,
I'm just like,
yeah, the best man or that speech, yeah, because those people definitely try to be funny too,
right? Hard,
but they're basically doing their first open mic at the wedding, which is crazy,
right?
That'd be like, imagine going to the Apollo for the first time and
performing for the comics in the back. They're talking to the other groomsmen,
right?
And the 4 people that know what the fuck they're talking about,
right? Meanwhile, like Aunt Irene in the back is like, "Huh?
Hey,
what?
Sorry, trying to speak up."
The bride was a whore for 5 years in college? What? Because
at first I was I'm going to start heckling them.
Yeah.
You know, like when the pastor makes a joke and then nobody says amen, you're like, wah, wah. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm here with my 2-drink minimum, pastor. You suck." You know?
That's like, you go to communion twice so you get your 2-drink minimum?
Right.
Is that what?
They just give him the light. They're like, "Dude, get off."
But it's an altar boy with a candle in the back. He's like,
"Get off. Go play the hits, baby."
He like waves it too much. It goes out. The other altar boy like relights the candle for him. And then
yeah, bring the music pastor back up. He's like, oh.
What would you do, like the jokes that you wish the priest would do? Like,
I think it gives you an excuse to write religious jokes.
Yeah.
But it's not against religion, so it's pretty safe. Right?
Yeah.
So you could just do a silly sermon about something. You could do like a TED Talk.
Yeah, yeah.
More of an expository speech, essentially.
Yeah.
But who's going to want to listen to that? But under this premise, now you're writing. I get to write nerd science jokes. You know.
I have a joke about, like, did you ever hear this joke where I say like, "Hi Nacho."
Oh, Nacho.
Hey buddy. He's like, "Hey, you ignore me." I have this joke that's like, they always talk about it like they're like the Last Supper, but it's like it wasn't the Last Supper. Like everyone had dinner the next day,
right? And
then sometimes that gets a laugh, but I don't really know where to go from there. But but like if you like that could be like where he's talking about the Last Supper, and then you go like yeah, like everyone else had dinner the next day. Like they were all at dinner. Like, well, last night that was pretty fucked up, huh? Like Jesus is dead. That was messed up. Can you pass the grapes?
Where's the rest of those paintings? Like the last brunch.
Right. Oh yeah.
Dude, this is the last time we're all gonna have brunch together before the before the torture. Like,
the last bachelor party, and it's like Peter before he got married. They went to Old Vegas, and they're all doing
the donkey
coke.
Show. Yeah, they're all doing.
There's a donkey in the background kicking Judas in the face, just like.
Oh yeah,
he's like
dude.
He's like flying through the air. Like,
bro.
Wait, do I give you that joke, or can I use that stuff?
No, that's your joke. I thought we were writing jokes.
Oh yeah, but I was trying to add to yours.
Oh,
it was like related to your idea.
The pastor.
The pastor has jokes.
Oh,
but I do like. I never thought to do other last paintings, like last brunch. That's good.
Yeah, you should keep that. If you already, I thought you just said I have this joke about the Last Supper.
Oh yeah.
But like the last brunch, last breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the last dinner, last late night snack,
the last lunner, the last midnight snack, the last IV,
the last drink you get at the end of the night, nightcap.
The last nightcap.
The last time he made wine.
Yeah.
The last time they all got fucked up. I wonder if he like in the morning, like when like they're all like fucking drunk, he's like turns it into electrolytes.
Oh Jesus!
If he could turn it into wine, he could turn it into Gatorade, right?
He could just zap someone, be like, all the wine in their system just turns into electrolytes.
They'd be like, I don't want this water. You stepped on this.
He's like, we don't need an IV. We just need Jesus. Yeah, maybe that's where y'all need Jesus comes from. Because he could just do stuff. It's like, y'all need Jesus because he would do that for you.
Dude, I bet you that's exactly where y'all need Jesus comes from. Now that I think about it.
He just fixes problems.
All right, what's the joke you're working on?
Oh, what do you feel? Should we keep working on yours though? Do we get any punchlines or ideas? Like what? Okay, we had the business guys, like speeches or people talking. Like there's also like, I mean, it's pretty easy.
I didn't think about
like work
famous
meetings.
Movie speeches, so that's a thing.
Yeah, Independence Day, coaches in sports movies.
I don't know, like what would I motivate people to be?
What about Aragorn before they charge Mordor at the end? Return of the King.
Yeah. I wonder, like, if I was doing a motivational speech, what would I motivate people to do?
Come see your comedy show.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Spay and neuter your pets. I don't know.
Yeah. And matter of fact, spay and neuter your pets yourself. Stop going to... I'm just kidding. There's a bunch of people watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, watch YouTube.
Whoops.
Sorry, Sparky.
The trick is kind of like way up high.
That's funny. No, this is like maybe just like work speech, because there's always like a meeting and the boss is trying to deliver some kind of motivational speech, but that's like a different energy maybe.
I was kind of sticking toward like public speaking. Okay. That's like the biggest chunk thing I want to work. What
about like a protest? Like someone at a protest, they're like leading the protest and you're in the crowd like, yo, Roe v. Wade should not be overturned, but also like, man, make a joke. Like,
yeah. So political speech.
Yeah.
Right?
Like no kings and no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something else.
But when you watch the State of the Union, like, don't you wish that dude would just rip? You know what I mean?
Well, Trump rips for his audience. They like it, you know? He's kind of doing stand-up almost.
Kind of. All right. That's a big chunk that I didn't even start yet. Okay. Really, I riffed a little bit of it.
Do you feel like you got something out of that?
I did.
Okay, good.
I
just don't want you to feel like we didn't really go over it or add anything.
No, you're right.
That sucks.
I did write this joke, though, about the annual physical and, you know, the old finger in the butt. But, like, this year he got to the third knuckle. Like, the first year, couldn't even penetrate. But, like, you know, I think it's funny to be like, at what point do I start to like it? Or like, or like, there's no.
You're so, I don't know if people talk about your delivery enough, but you, like, that's just like a line, but you said it like, at what time? I'm supposed to like it. You know, like at the last second you turn into that, and it's like, you're so good at like lulling people into, what is he going to say?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I like it.
Thank you very much.
At what point am I supposed to like it? Like what? How? And then it makes you think like, how far into your butthole is the pleasure zone? Like,
yeah,
like
man.
There's like levels of like, if you just get this far, I'm like, oh, it tickles. This far is like, ow, and then this far is like, oh.
Yeah, one knuckle's like 8, second knuckle's like, yeah. Like, and then it's like, yeah, like if
but one knuckle is like,
yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. And then like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was thinking about like that moment of being uncomfortable or whatever. Like that's the same thing as a bunch of other things. And I didn't know how to jump. Like I didn't want to, it's such a, I don't want to say hacky, but like, oh, you get a finger in the butt. Like that's such a.
But it's relatable because every guy in their 40s has to go do that, right?
Right.
I don't know yet. I'm not there.
Well, I was thinking about adding like that popping sound, yeah. Right? Like when he pulls it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
it's the image of him with his glove on doing that, but in your butt.
Right? So he's like,
you're like, does it echo if you got big butt cheeks?
Yeah. And then I thought about just like calling back to it over and over, right? Where we're just like, well, thanks for doing that. Anyway, thanks for coming to the picnic.
Wait, what? The picnic?
Yeah, I just think it'd be funny if like he was making house calls. He was just like, hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Oh, oh, he keeps showing up like too often to do it.
He just loves his work, right? And so he does it for his neighbors for free.
You're like taking a poop and he's in the toilet. Like, I just figured I'd check it out. Is that too gross?
Yeah, that's a little too far because now you're doing scatological.
Maybe in the shower? I don't know.
Maybe.
He's got like scuba gear on.
I wrote it for a bunch of mental health shows I got to do coming up for like vets and stuff. Bunch of fucking hard charging motherfuckers who don't go to the doctor and don't want to. I'm just trying to make it seem silly. This is just like helping out vets to be like.
Well, more like a fundraiser?
Go to the gym. Go get a mental health. Go get your, like, it's just.
Is the show themed that way, or is it the show is to raise money for them to have a program?
The show is for ADP, and they do like great work of like they have a gym and they have trainers and stuff like that. But it's like mostly this is a fundraiser to support that work.
Okay.
And so I've been working out those jokes at the other vet shows I do, like to make fun of like that or whatever. That's where the joke came from.
Yeah.
But it was like a riff, like when you're saying it. And I think I said it just like that. I think I was like talking about it, and then I just needed to get off of it because I had gone off on a tangent, and then I was like, when do I like it though? And then I was like, I gotta write that down. That's funny to me because I got a big laugh.
Yeah. Are you good at, if you do a riff, you remember it, or do you need the video to remind you that you did the riff?
It depends. I normally remember them though.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you not?
Sometimes I remember. Sometimes I'll watch a thing back and I'm like, I said that? I don't know. I have this
that's the hardest part because normally it's just like a little line here or there in between other jokes you're doing.
Well, one thing that happens to me over time is a joke that I like doing, I'll just do it so much that I get tired of a line or I say it different, and then it loses something about what was making it work before better because I just like condense or I streamline, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
So
I just did a show for this booker, and he likes certain jokes. So he'll be like, could you do this joke? Could you do this joke? So my girl, can you do this joke?
Yeah.
And it's like all the jokes I don't like doing. Just all the oldest stuff that I have.
Because he just remembers those?
He just likes them. And I just was like, I need to write nothing but new stuff.
If you do that, do they get mad? Like if you don't do the joke, if they ask for it?
Well, if they specifically ask for it, you got to do it, right? If the booker's like, hey, I booked you so you could do this joke, and then you don't do it.
Yeah.
I was just... And then, like, what booker... Like, most people don't do that anyway. Or they request one joke.
Yeah.
Right?
They don't tell you your whole set list.
Yeah, can you do that one joke? And you're like, for sure. They don't be like, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. And you're like, cool, then you'll like the new ones too. But...
Right, yeah. I never had anyone request a joke, but I don't... Maybe my jokes aren't that good.
Never once?
Maybe at my show, like someone, like a friend, I don't know.
Yeah.
I need to...
Well, first world problems, I guess.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
I've
had bookers request that I grow my beard back immediately.
They're like, ew, stop it.
Yeah.
Were you trying to scare away the audience when you go up there?
And I was at some bar on the first day, just like at home around town. We just went to this bar. And this lady that was like, either not looking that good to be in her late 50s or doing really good to be in her 70s, like walked over. It's like, I just had to tell you what a good looking man you are. And I was like, are 65-year-old women like...
Without the beard you said this?
Yeah.
So maybe it's not as bad as you think.
If it's attracting 70-year-old women, it's pretty bad.
But aren't they... It can't be not good.
That means she's like, yeah, this guy's about my age.
Oh, you're saying like she thinks
like if
you're gettable. That's the problem.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I can fuck this guy. This guy is.
There's a bit there
shit.
probably.
Yeah.
But then you have to shave all the time.
Look at his face.
That reminds me of my pussy. Sorry, I don't know. It doesn't remind me of a pussy. Just so you know.
Does my face remind you of an old woman's pussy? I definitely got to grow this beard back, but I don't know if that's going to make it any better or worse.
It'll just be a 70s pussy.
It'll look more like it.
Okay, I'm going to do one, and then we should get out of here.
All right, you should do yours. We should get out of here. And I'm going to get a hot dog or something at this movies.
Yeah. Okay, you saw me do this joke, I think, and I don't really know exactly where to go with it, but I haven't done a lot of writing on it. But the joke is like... The premise is that, like, I go to therapy, and then some people go to a psychiatrist. Like, I've heard of a psychiatrist. Sorry, I've never gone to one. And then my understanding is I don't even know if this is part of the joke, but I think a psychiatrist can, like, prescribe you medications, right?
That's my understanding.
Okay.
The difference.
But the joke is more like, I can't help every time I hear the word psychiatrist, I say it like, psychiatrist, So I'm afraid, like, I don't want to go to a psychiatrist because I feel like if I'll trust them, and then I'll be talking to them, and I'll be like, yeah, and that's when I realized I'm trying to be my dad or something. And then the psychiatrist is like, wow, that is like really, that's a major breakthrough. And thank you for sharing that. And I'm like, really? And she goes, nah, psych, you a bitch. And so like, that's the joke, is that I'm just scared, or I think it's funny that
so
like,
the whole joke is built on the pun of psych.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, way to really strip it down and be like,
well, you know,
psych
kind of sounds like psych.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What if the doctor was like psych?
Yeah.
So then you should just get a regular therapist.
Yeah.
And then your therapist is like, Thera. I don't know.
Oh, then my Thera is like pissed at me.
Your Thera.
And it turns out it's my ex-girlfriend. She's like, I still hate you.
I am therapist off. Yeah. So then you go to your counselor. And then your counselor is like, you can't count on her.
You can't count how many slurs you said today, you evil man. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't count the slurs.
It counts. Yeah, I see what you're like. Each one is. And
Well,
then you just go too far. Where
if you're into puns, you know, or it could be one of those things, or even just change the joke altogether.
You
where
go
it's
to
like,
your
you ever say a
dentist.
word so much it like loses all meaning?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
or you say it too many times in your
and
head.
you're like psychiatrist. What was it like? Psychiatrist. Like, what is a psychiatrist? You know, it's like a fake psychiatrist. What is a psychiatrist? And then people are like, you know,
what is it for
what
real?
What is it? I
done
do
that.
need drugs.
I do need drugs. Yeah. I guess a psychiatrist. I'm gonna go see my psychiatrist for some cocaine.
I'm gonna see my psychiatrist.
A psychiatrist gives you good drugs. A psychiatrist is like the guy you see on the street named Teddy. He's on the corner, just like, I got it.
Yeah.
What you need.
So a psychiatrist is a doctor, but a psychiatrist is like a
fake psych doctor.
Psych. He could be psychic as well.
Yeah.
He could be a psychic psychiatrist.
Psychic psychiatrist. That's what psychiatrist is.
He could be a bichiatrist.
They shortened what?
I don't know. Bichiatrist just sounds like it's a real word.
Well, I was thinking like psych. I like psychiatrist because then it's like, or no, psychic psychiatrist. It's like in the medieval times, it was someone who could read your mind and tell you what your problems mean.
Right.
And so they just shortened it over time, and now it's psychiatrist.
It's a psychiatrist.
It's a portmanteau.
There used to be trichiatrist, bichiatrist. There were a lot of other chiatrists, but they all died out.
There was cake chiatrists.
Except for the psychic ones.
Make cakes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they saw it coming. They saw the end of the chiatrists.
Oh, the
they were psychic, so they laid low.
They created a new thing, and they started selling drugs.
Because I do think, like, if you're gonna write a joke about psychiatrists, like, and it's based on the word, chiatrist is the funnier part of the word,
right? And it's the part that you're right, because I'm just going for the easy, like psych, but then chiatrist is like no one's thinking about that part.
Right.
That's like the extra, like that makes it sound sillier.
Yeah, I talked to my psychiatrist about it, and then he just pulls his finger out my butthole.
Oh man. Okay. Well. That's fine. That doesn't have to go anywhere. I need to write more jokes.
That's it. That's going to be fire, though. And you know what? Stay tuned. See Luke live. You're going to see an amazing joke about chiatry. Okay? And then see me as well. Like and subscribe. Give me money on my Venmo for my chiatrist bill.
At Illustrated.
On
everything.
Like and subscribe. Comment.
Is that what everything is?
Heart. I mean, at most things. Because now they've started naming everybody Ellis. When I was like younger, I never met anybody named Ellis. Now
Tom Segura's son is named Ellis.
I know. That's crazy. He named him after me.
Yeah.
We're really good friends.
He didn't realize when he... Yeah, I bet you hosted that weekend that he bombed at Laughs Unlimited.
Yep.
So he was like, Ellis, that guy was hilarious.
That guy was fucking amazing.
Yeah. You heard that story, right?
Yeah.
He like opened for Bert Kreischer, and yeah, it's great. I think Jenny was there for that.
Yeah.
She was the one who
I loved when Bert came to Laughs Unlimited.
I wish I knew, and
he really was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he taking his shirt off at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. He was drunk and he was hammered and he was partying and everybody loved him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to plug? Besides a butthole?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well,
just follow me. All my stuff. I got a bunch of crap coming out.
Bunch of crap.
And we're going to go watch Mission Impossible.
The Final Reckoning. You can follow me at Luke Soyen. We're making a movie called Hell Gig. We're going to star in it, and it's going to be great. If you know a millionaire or a billionaire, please get us in contact, and we will send our materials out. We need $1.5 million to make this movie, allegedly. No, we have a budget.
Also,
we hired someone to professionally make a budget. We have a real budget, and we need that to make our film, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be hilarious. It's like a Shaun of the Dead horror comedy with two buddies. It's awesome. So,
like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.